On a seemingly ordinary night in 2009, Air France Flight 447 took off from Rio de Janeiro, destined for Paris. This routine international flight, however, would soon turn into a tragedy, claiming the lives of all 228 souls on board. The Airbus A330, a modern marvel of aviation, vanished into the depths of the Atlantic Ocean, leaving the world in shock and disbelief. The loss of Flight 447 marked a pivotal moment in aviation history, prompting a global investigation to uncover the truth behind the disaster. The disappearance of the aircraft, with no immediate explanation, sparked a massive search and rescue operation. Debris from the plane was eventually located, but the black box flight recorders, crucial to understanding the events leading to the crash, remained elusive for nearly 2 years. The recovery of these recorders from the depths of the ocean provided investigators with vital clues, piecing together the puzzle of Flight 447's final moments. The investigation revealed a complex interplay of technical malfunctions and human error, a chilling reminder of the delicate balance that keeps aircraft aloft. The tragedy of Air France Flight 447 serves as a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of flight and the importance of continuous improvement in aviation safety. Air France Flight 447 embarked on its journey from Rio de Janeiro under a sky full of stars, seemingly destined for a smooth transatlantic flight. However, the serene departure masked the challenging conditions that awaited the aircraft as it ventured further into the night sky. The flight path took the Airbus A330 through an area known as the Intertropical Convergence Zone, a region near the equator notorious for its volatile weather patterns. True to its reputation, the ITCZ presented Flight 447 with powerful thunderstorms, characterized by towering cumulonimbus clouds, heavy precipitation, and severe turbulence. The aircraft, equipped to handle such conditions, was nonetheless put to the test as it navigated the treacherous storm cells. The pilots, experienced aviators, would have relied on their training and the aircraft's sophisticated weather radar to chart a course through the turbulent skies. Unbeknownst to the crew, however, a series of technical issues were about to unfold, adding another layer of complexity to an already demanding situation. As Flight 447 flew into the heart of the storm, the first signs of trouble emerged, setting in motion a chain of events that would ultimately prove catastrophic. As Flight 447 encountered the turbulent conditions within the ITCZ, a critical failure occurred. The aircraft's pitot tubes, responsible for measuring airspeed, became obstructed by ice crystals present in the high-altitude storm clouds. This seemingly minor malfunction set off a cascade of events that would have grave consequences. With the pitot tubes compromised, the aircraft's systems began to receive inaccurate airspeed readings, leading to a critical loss of situational awareness for the pilots in the cockpit. The autopilot, reliant on accurate airspeed data, disengaged, handing control of the aircraft back to the pilots at a critical moment when they were grappling with a rapidly evolving situation. The loss of reliable airspeed information triggered a series of alarms and warnings in the cockpit, adding to the confusion and stress levels as the pilots struggled to comprehend the unfolding crisis. This cascade of technical failures, initiated by the seemingly innocuous issue of iced pitot tubes, created a perfect storm of circumstances that would push the crew of Flight 447 to their limits. The pilots, now deprived of critical flight data and facing a barrage of conflicting instrument readings, were thrust into a high-stakes battle to regain control of their aircraft. The technical failures that plagued Air France Flight 447 created a high-pressure environment for the pilots, but it was ultimately a series of human errors that sealed the aircraft's tragic fate. The pilots, faced with a confusing array of alarms and conflicting instrument readings, made a series of critical misjudgments that compounded the situation. One of the most significant errors was the decision to maintain the aircraft in a nose-up attitude despite the aircraft's stalling condition. This action, counterintuitive to recovering from a stall, caused the aircraft to continue to climb, exceeding its maximum altitude and further aggravating the aerodynamic stall. The pilots' misinterpretation of the situation and their failure to recognize the stall despite numerous stall warnings proved fatal. The investigation into the crash revealed that the pilots' training had not adequately prepared them for such a scenario, highlighting a gap in pilot training protocols at the time. The crew's inability to effectively communicate and coordinate their actions during the emergency further exacerbated the situation, demonstrating the critical importance of clear and concise communication in a crisis.